and what you've just played is a great example of that. But don't you think also that a lot of other cultures have ways of speaking that translate directly to the way their music sounds as well? You know, when you talk about Spanish, Latin rhythms, you know, and have you got anything that comes to mind that you could play that has sort of a Latin kind of or Spanish quality to it?
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, in Latin music particularly, there's a whole dictionary full of specific kinds of subdivisions or syncopations, you know, called Latin grooves, Latin beats, samba, merengue, cha-cha, you know, it's one note is the one note samba, one song, and the groove is. You know, and it's a very. In basic rhythm, you know, there's rhythm and there's harmony, and they're equal elements of music. Or in some cultures, rhythm is more important, but they're equal. They're both sides, two sides of the same coin. And in Latin music, you take 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can divide each one of them into 4 subsets, and then so you've got 16 notes or 16 pulses that you can arrange in an almost limitless number of patterns, and so that's a focus of that kind of music, and it's also a focus of African music and East Indian music and lots of various other ones, but particularly Latin music. Maybe it's because we live close to Cuba, you know, I mean, really not close enough, but you know, close to Cuba, that we're influenced by those rhythms, and now as far as whether or not it has anything to do with the language of Spanish, I hear triplets when I hear Italian. When I hear somebody speaking Italian, I hear triplets, and a tarantella is a 6 or 9 beat grouping. So, you know, that's a whole nother study. I don't know. I'm not an expert on figuring out whether the connections between language and music. But I'll tell you one thing. I think that temperature and climate has a big effect on music.
Well, tell us about that.
Because I just came back from Cuba. I was there for 10 days, and it's hot there. It's nice. It's not like here. Here it's minus 27. There it was plus 27 a week ago. And, you know, I was listening to all this music. Everywhere, you don't hear slow music. You hear fast, happy party music. And I was looking up at the sun and going, is it because of the sun? Then I looked at the ocean, and these relentless waves, patterns of waves are moving in, and I'm going, there's a steady rhythm. You know, I don't know. I'm just imagining that might be part of the source of something that's more syncopated. Is that the rhythms, the natural rhythms that are around them, are faster. You know, in northern climates, when the water freezes, there's no waves coming across the lake. It's flat. I'm not saying that, you know, northern music is square, but I would say it's more harmonic.
Okay.
Which,
all right.
you know,
interesting idea. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to try to do these in little bite-sized pieces. So I'd like to wrap this particular little segment up now. But before we do that, if you're interested in Jack, I suggest you go to jacksemple.com, JACKSEMPLE.com.
I'll just play some background music.
And Jack is one of those guys that has recorded a number of CDs. Some of them are in that R&B style that we were talking about, and some of them are more an experiment with arranging for just solo acoustic guitar, as we're seeing here. So do go check it out, and there are CDs that you can buy from Jack there. And maybe if you want to just play us a little piece to wrap up here, Jack.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to see how fast I can put it into an alternate tuning. How long should this piece be?
Oh, a minute or 2, yeah. Sure.
Okay.
So tell us what piece you just heard.
Oh, that was called Kiwi.
And what album is that on?
That's off Coupel. It's the first song off my CD called Coupel.
Available at jacksemple.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Rob Bryanton from Imagining the 10th Dimension.